You know you're famous for being dramatic? Yes.
Holy.
Eat, Coco. Eat.
Today, I'm going to answer some questions about my pet leech, Betty. So Betty currently lives in one of my bathrooms. I keep her out of the sunlight, but for the sake of the video, I'll keep it out here. It's filled with pure spring water and some stones. They honestly don't need a lot. They can go up to 4 months between feedings. They can even live up to a year without being fed. So as long as you change the water every 10 days, they can just kind of chill, but they are escape artists. So it's good to have a good lid that does allow air, but doesn't allow for them to get out. So how do I feed her? I feed her on myself about once every 3 to 4 months. She doesn't automatically latch onto me because she's well fed and she just probably doesn't see a need to. Also, I'm handling her and picking her up. In the wild, leeches will usually latch onto you in cold water that you're walking through. Your skin is usually numb, so you can't feel the initial bite, and then the numbing agents make it so you can't feel them the rest of the time. That's why everybody always finds them when they come out of water and not while they're in the middle of the water, usually. So this up here, that's her face. I know it doesn't look like much of a face, but it's a face, I promise. And then she has a little suction cup, you can see right there on my finger. And that's, and her face can also like turn into a suction cup. So they have like 32 brains or something like that. It's crazy. And like 8 eyes. They have little chambers in their stomach that are blood chambers where they keep the blood. And they can live, as I said, like up to a year without eating if they need to. They can live up to 10 years. They have these little textured bumps, kind of like goosebumps. Like, you know, when you start to touch them, they get really like firm, and it's really interesting because then they go back to being all slimy. She's trying to escape right now, you can tell. Another interesting fact is that although I called mine Betty and I use female pronouns for it, they are hermaphrodites. They have a little part on their chest, kind of where it looks like their chest, where they mate and they connect, and they can both get pregnant at the same time. And they can hold on to the genetic material given to them by the other leech for as long as they want. They don't actually have to lay a cocoon until the conditions are perfect. And their cocoons look like weird foam that kind of like hardens on the moss. And there can be up to like 200 babies in there. If you want to buy your own leech, do not go to leeches.com or anything that's similar. There's a crazy lady that sells leeches and she totally does not raise them properly. She screws people out of money. She's crazy. Go to NorthAmericanBiopharma.com to get your leeches. Do not buy from leeches.com. Don't do it. That is it for today. If anybody has any other questions, please leave them in the comments. And if you guys want me to make more videos about her, let me know and I will.